All right, welcome back, watch fans. We've got a special episode for you today, a watch collection review, one of our legendary brutal watch collection reviews. And today we are reviewing the watch collection, two watch collection of Billy Waugh. Whoa. I actually don't know how to pronounce it properly. W-A-U-G. Wow. Billy Waugh, who was this guy was a really interesting character. He died last year at the age of 93. This guy spent, like really almost to the last day he was working for the CIA. He was in the special forces in Vietnam, and spent like 50 years with the CIA. Crazy life story. And today we are reviewing the Billy Waugh collection. Now, if you want to get your humble watch collection reviewed, just click look in the video description below, send an email to brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com, and your collection will be featured here on this channel. Of course, please, no shitter watches, no Hamilton or I don't know, Tissot, no, quality stuff. Rolex, AP, possibly Omega. Anyway, we're going to get into this story. Now, before we start, just a quick reminder. If you're one of the few sorry people who has not yet subscribed to our free newsletter, do that right now, because this is our weekly newsletter, goes out every week. The latest watch market news, auction prices, results, everything you need to know about what's happening. Look, if you're a serious watch collector, you're going to know everything there is to know about what's going on right now in the market. What's moving? What are the trends? Because this is not just about what happened last week. No, what we do is we give you the insight into the trends so that you know about what are going to be the next hot watches. Look, all of a sudden everybody's going crazy about the Aquanaut, the Patek, Nautilus, the Aquanaut, Royal Oak. You would have known all about that stuff years ago if you had been a subscriber to our newsletter. And I got to tell you something. If you read Monday's edition of the newsletter, you're going to find out what is the next big watch. And, it's going to surprise you. So click the link in the video description below to get our free weekly newsletter. Now, let's get into the Billy Waugh collection. Now, let me actually pull up something really interesting here. There is a, let's see, I want to share this with you because there's actually, you can read all about this guy on the internet. It's a crazy life story. I'll kind of walk you through this here. Hang on a second. Should we go through it? There we go. Okay. So yeah, there's actually an interesting website called The Watches of Espionage. I guess it's whatever, they talk about different watches. There's only a handful of watches, but okay. Anyway, they got this incredible article about this guy, Billy Waugh. So he started off, I think he was from Texas, right? Of course, he's from Texas, right? And yes, he's drinking coffee. Look at that. There's a CIA cup of coffee over there. Now, this is real coffee. This is not Bark and Jack coffee over there. Anyway, so Billy Waugh, born in Texas, runs away from home, tries to join the Marines. They don't let him in at the age of 15. Ends up in the army in Korea, right? He goes in the Korean War. Next thing you know, the Korean War is over. He's still in the army, and then he gets into Vietnam, and he joins the special forces, and part of something called MACV-SOG, which is really, really interesting. This is basically, these guys were like doing I guess it would call it black ops. They would just parachute these guys behind, not in Vietnam, not even like where the action was. They would go into Laos, Cambodia, to I guess disrupt the Ho Chi Minh Trail and all that. And essentially, so the issue was that you can't get into in theory, the U.S. is, apparently these wars you have to conduct them legally, right? You have to conduct these wars legally. LOL. There's apparently these written rules, but of course nobody really follows it. But in theory, you have to follow the rules, and the U.S. had not declared war with Cambodia and Laos. So, U.S. soldiers technically couldn't be there. So basically, the special forces, they would have a couple of these guys, this group called MACV-SOG, which stands for like Military Assistance Special Operative. It's a very like banal name. It like means nothing, but it's always like the military. Whenever these like very banal type names, like I don't know, Happy Monday Company or something, it means something that these are serious guys, right? Anyway, it's funny. Like today, everybody uses this word badass. I'm a badass. You're a badass. There's always like some chick on Instagram. She says she's a badass or whatever it is, right? I don't know where this word came from, but literally, this guy was a legitimate badass. This is a legitimate badass guy. So he was one of the first guys. So, of course, this MACV-SOG, right, they had like 100% casualty rate, right? 100%. So anybody who joined us, either they'd end up dead or they'd be wounded, whatever, behind enemy lines. And long story short, he was the first guy, one of the first guys doing something called the halo jump, right? Halo, which means high altitude, low opening. So they drop these guys out of a plane, or they would jump out, I don't know, 20, 30,000 feet up. They jump, go down really quick at night, middle of the night. They're dropping out of 20 or 30,000 feet, but they don't open the parachute till about 1,000 feet, right? They open the parachute 1,000. Why do they do that? Well, listen. Now look, I was in Vietnam. I shot down MiGs. That's how I got my turnograph, the Rolex turnograph. Well, that's slightly exaggerated, but look, this is why do they drop? Why do they do this? Because they don't want to be detected, right? So you don't want to be floating down for 20 minutes in a parachute, right? No, you want to drop like a stone and open your parachute like literally the last second, which is 1,000 feet is not a lot. 1,000 feet is like that's like a typical office building in Manhattan, really, or LA. One of the big tall office buildings in LA. That's about 1,000 feet, so it's really very, very tight window. Anyhow, so here we got some pictures of Billy Waugh here in Vietnam. He's wearing, what is he wearing? What kind of watch is he wearing? We believe that is a Rolex GMT. That is a Rolex GMT, and he did get his first Rolex GMT in Vietnam, right? By the way, here is his day date, 36. Bust down. This is an aftermarket diamonds on the bezel and the dial. This is Billy, and here he is, retired, or actually not retired. This is probably in his 70s, working for the CIA, and here he has his gold Rolex day date. So this guy has got some crazy story. Anyway, literally did everything. He was working again from Vietnam all the way into Afghanistan. I mean, he was on the ground in Afghanistan. I'm going to show you some of these crazy pictures. Billy Waugh in Afghanistan. He was in Sudan with Saddam Hussein. He helped capture Carlos the Jackal, who was major terror. Actually, Carlos the Jackal was probably the biggest terrorist. I mean, this guy may have been bigger than Osama. He was on the run for also like 20 years in the 70s. And they say Billy Waugh killed more people than cancer. This is the, well, I don't know if this is true, but he was definitely very active. And here you got a picture of him as a special forces guy. And, I guess he was in his 30s then. And here he is probably around 70 in Afghanistan. Crazy stuff. So let's talk about his watches. He had a two-watch collection. Right? All you tomato cans, you got 20 different watches. Oh, I gotta have a dive watch, and I need a dress. I need to have a JLC dresser. Oh, and I need this. No, listen, this guy had only two watches, right? He had a GMT, right? He had a Rolex GMT Master, the Pepsi, and then later on he got the day date, a bust down day date, which he actually got in Sudan in the 70s, or I think it was Libya or Sudan. It is unbelievable, but who? Carlos Hatchcock. I don't know. Is that a real name? Is this? I don't know what that is. You got to tell me who that is. But let me keep going here. So anyway, this is so let's get started with the first watch. Billy's first watch. Now this is not the first watch, because if you read the story, He got his first Rolex, which probably was a GMT or Submarine. Nobody really knows. And he wore that on one of his first missions on one of these halo jumps into, I think it was Laos or Cambodia at night. By the way, these things, everything went wrong. He ends up getting shot in the head, left for dead. Okay, the NVA, the North Vietnamese Army, right? I mean, they're going crazy, right? Again, by the way, these guys would come in. Basically, it's him and like a couple of guys, right? This is a top picture. It shows like 3 guys, right? 3 of these special forces guys. They jump in at the middle of the night, and apparently didn't have good intelligence. So this is back in the day, right? Actually, even today, you never know, right? There's hundreds of these, maybe thousands of these NVA guys. So they're outnumbered like 500 to 1, literally, right? 500 to 1. He's shot, left for dead. What do these guys do? And he's wearing a Rolex. That's right. Billy had a Rolex on. Why is he wearing a Rolex? Why would a special forces guy be wearing a Rolex, right? And by the way, listen, Rolex was never cheap. Rolex was never cheap. Rolex was always expensive. It was about a month's salary for these guys back in, that's right, hit that thumbs up. Back in the, back in the 60s, 70s, it was always about a month's salary for average guy, right? It was a month's salary for an average guy, meaning, your average guy, whatever. Like today, average guys, let's call it 75 grand, decent job, making 75 grand. By the way, the Navy SEALs, they actually make good money. They make like at least, by the way, they also get combat pay. So, they might be making like, 10 grand a month or something. So yeah, today a Rolex is same price as a month's salary. Back then it was a month's salary. The price, it was always expensive. It was never cheap. These guys tell you, oh yeah, I could have bought this Rolex for $500 in 1968. Yeah, a salary was $500 a month in 1968. Okay, you never win, right? So it's really incredible. Anyway, so he's shot down. He's wearing his Rolex, probably one of these GMTs or a Submariner, and he's left for dead. They strip him naked, right? They take everything because, hey, he's got, I don't know, they need the clothes or whatever. He's got good stuff, right? They obviously take his, everything he's got on him, they take, right? Including his Rolex. That's right. They take his Rolex. The NVA took his Rolex. Somebody out there is probably wearing Billy Waugh's Rolex. Unbelievable, but true. Actually, I think it's interesting. Later on, actually, there was a story, and then you Google this, and it's crazy stuff. He met one of the guys that he was trying to kill. Actually, his son he was trying to kill a North Korean general. I think in the early about 10 years ago, he went to Vietnam with this journalist, and they had a nice meeting. But Billy Waugh said, "Listen, I was all for dropping using a tactical nuke on the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and they thought he was crazy. No, he says, no, fuck it. Why wouldn't we use a tactical nuke? Let's say we kill 50,000 people, no big deal. Because look, in Vietnam, and that would have ended the war. Because look, you had 50,000 Americans die, 1 million Vietnamese die, plus. I mean, the numbers are off the charts. So anyway, they took his watch. And he was in the hospital for a couple of years, came out back into the special forces, retired in, I think, but since it's 1971, that picture of him is in 1971. He's back in action. I mean, this guy's back in action after, crazy story. Back in action, jumping at, doing these halo jumps to Laos, Cambodia, middle of the night. By the way, guys, if you ever seen this movie, Apocalypse Now, that's basically his life. Apocalypse Now is basically this guy's life. I mean, he was sent on these missions like, Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now. They sent him on a river boat up some river. Nobody's wearing any, and these guys, they're not wearing any insignia on their uniforms, right? It's because if they're captured, nobody knows who they are, right? Plausible deniability. It's basically the line of communications is like, there's like a general or somebody at the CIA and then the president. So it's like the general basically orders these guys around, and the general maybe asks permission from Nixon or LBJ at the time, whoever it is, right? It's a very like, you know, direct line of communication. Yeah, so I mean, these guys are captured or whatever it is, you know, nobody knows anything, right? But this guy's literally, his life was like that movie Apocalypse Now, which was this amazing movie. Highly recommend. If you have not watched Apocalypse Now, check it out. And by the way, what is Colonel Kurtz wearing in Apocalypse Now? A Rolex GMT. He was wearing the Rolex GMT, but he ripped off the bezel. He took off the bezel. There's a whole story about this. That's right. Marlon Brando's Rolex GMT. I think what's his name? Francis Ford Coppola told, yeah, you got to take it. You know, something. We got to get a different watch, because that was actually his watch. That was Marlon Brando's watch. He says, nah, I'm not taking off the. I'm not getting a different watch. And he just ripped off the bezel. And you know, that watch I think was up for auction last year. I think in Geneva, whatever. All right. Unbelievable, but true. Yeah, crazy stuff. So what happens next, right? What happens next? It gets even better. He retires, right, after the war. He's got to be like in his 40s or something, 40 or something, right? You know, it's like 1975. He goes back to Texas, and he goes to work for the post office, the U.S. Post Office. I mean, I don't know if this is a true story, but anyway, you know, I guess, look, he's, you know, you got to go back to work. You know, the war is over. You go back to work. He goes back to work for the post. He goes to work for the post office. And, you know, apparently he was bored. I think the CIA contacts him. Next thing you know, he's working for the CIA. And they sent him to, I think it was Sudan or Libya. So this is a picture of Billy Waugh in the 70s. I think he started in the 76. And and this is where, now obviously he's getting paid more money, right? He's getting paid more money. It's a whole thing. You know, there's a lot of, you know, all sorts of stuff going on. You know, there's, and this is where he buys this Rolex Day-Date, the president. Now, Billy says in an interview that he paid $14,000 for this in 1970s. That's a lot of money, 14 grand. So 14 grand for this watch, a bust down. So 14 grand, just to give you a context, 14 grand, 50, because we're talking about almost 50 years ago, right? 48 years ago. That would be the equivalent of like 50,000 today. I mean, now these things, these bust down watches were really like, I mean, this stuff was like pretty common actually, especially in the Middle East, right? So this guy's in, again, Libya or Sudan. You know, the oil money's flowing around, or, you know, whoever the despots are, whether it's Gaddafi, whatever. I think he was doing something with Gaddafi, or he was training guys. He was doing something there, right? Nobody knows. This is the CIA. He's working for the CIA in Benghazi. I guess he was getting paid well, right? So why does he buy the watch? It's interesting, right? It's a very Texan type of watch. Yeah, diamond bezel. There we go. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Hey, Uzi, hop on. We got the link for you over here. Hop on. I don't know if he had this. I don't know if he's making a joke. I don't know this guy. But this guy, it's funny. You know, I was thinking of you when I saw this. I say, shit, you know what? I have to reevaluate this. You know, listen, some people can pull off this look. Because again, I said this before. This is like a very Texan look. Now, this, of course, is the oh, he had this watch? Are you serious? You had this watch? Because you have the same watch right now. You have a new one with a tight, you got the new model, which is the double quick set, factory diamonds, bezel, and factory diamonds on the lugs. Now listen, if Billy was around, he would have bought your watch, because look, back then they didn't know anything really. They didn't know. They didn't know about watches. There was opaque. There was no YouTube. There was no Instagram, right? And very interesting. So he gets, again, these aftermarket diamonds was pretty common. It was a really pretty common thing. It wasn't a big deal, right? It wasn't like people were like connoisseurs. Oh no, it's got to be, it was whatever. It was what, because jewelry stores that get the watch. And by the way, this watch probably looked a lot better, 50 years ago. I mean, this guy wore it to death, right? Here's a picture of him. He's still wearing it like in the, this is probably 15, 20 years ago. He's probably around 70 years old. And again, he died at 93. Uzi, I can't believe you can't. I mean, Uzi, I mean, you should have met this guy. This guy would have been right up your alley. I mean, this guy had, he was doing the whole thing. This guy was the real deal, right? And here again, I said, I don't know if you, Uzi, I don't know if you just hopped on here, but here we have, what is that? What is that in his hand? What is that? What is he carrying over there? This is in Afghanistan circa probably early 2000s. Is it got a suppressor? Is that some sort of, I don't know, is that like an H&K? It's not an H&K. I don't know what that is. It's not an AR-15. What is that? What is that? Uzi, you're an expert on this. All right. Anyway, so this guy's in Libya, in Sudan. He's basically involved in the operation to capture Carlos the Jackal, big time terrorist, in the 70s. And ironically, Osama was there, right? And he was saying that he would jog past, Osama's compound every day. Like, I don't know who jogs. Apparently, this guy was a health nut, right? Jogging, that's a big thing. Who was jogging in the 70s, right? It's interesting. But yeah, no, it gets better, right? So then, and then he's got to be in the 60s or so. He's still working for the CIA, different like little things. They sent him out there. I think the last thing they sent him out was to do surveillance on a guy in Saudi Arabia. There's a story, there's a book written about him. I think, check it out. Just look up Billy Waugh, and you'll see videos on, there's a lady who wrote a whole book on the CIA operations, I think called like Vanish, Capture, Kill, something like that. And he was, so she tells a story. This guy was in his this is a crazy story. He was in his like 70s. They sent him out. There was a special forces guy doing surveillance on this other terrorist in Saudi Arabia. And this guy kind of got nervous. He thought his cover was blown or whatever. And they sent Billy Waugh in. And Billy Waugh basically hides out in a dumpster. He hides out in a dumpster across from this guy's apartment. Like a garbage dumpster, right? This guy's probably wearing this Rolex, probably wearing his date in the dumpster, and he takes pictures. Basically, he gets all the pictures. Why? Because he sends it up to the guy to confirm that this is the guy, and of course, then they kill the guy. Okay, they basically the guy. What's the guy's name? Is I lost the guy. He was some terrorist, right? And they blew him up in Lebanon, in Beirut. They blew him up. I think the Mossad blew him up. They put in his car the guy got blown up with in his car. They put in the headrest of his driver. He had a driver, right? And I guess they swapped out the headrest. They put was it Semtex? I think some sort of explosives with a transmitter, and they basically blew up, the guy in his car. And Billy Waugh was back, and he was he was doing also work with them. He was doing like lectures, PowerPoints for special forces guys, like up until like the last day, and then he volunteered to go into Afghanistan, which is where this picture was taken, and he was out there in Tora Bora with. We show you these pictures. Hang on a second. Here we go. Now, hang on. So this is a flat. Here we go. So this over here is at the bottom. That's Billy Waugh in Afghanistan. Billy Waugh in Afghanistan, and I think that is an AR-15, right? Uzi, what is that? Is that an AR-15? Oh shit! So Uzi says he bought Billy Waugh's Rolex and returned it. How much did you pay? By the way, how much did you pay? Now Billy Waugh thinks his watch was worth 25 grand. That's in interviews. He He said that he paid 14 grand and he thought it would be worth around 25 grand today. Now, sorry to say, I think that watch today, again, without the Billy Waugh connection, right? Unless, you know, as is, if somebody just had a watch like that, probably worth 9 grand on a good day. I mean, it's basically scrap value, really scrap value. The diamonds are worth nothing. It's been beaten to shit. Probably, I don't think it's been polished. I think it's been naturally just worn down. I mean, you don't know where this thing is. I mean, this thing has been all over the world, right? We got to get Uzi to tell us about this story here. So there he is. At the bottom picture is him in Afghanistan, and he's the guy on the far left. On the far left, the old guy. I mean, all these other guys are, you know, young guys. He's the old guy on the far left. There's a picture of him. And it's pretty interesting. So this was what was going on. Now, let me back up here. This over here is Billy Waugh in, again, this is Vietnam, 1971 again. So that's a picture of taking him apparently. June 22nd, 1971, pre-Halo jump, right? So when that picture was taken on the left, he's about to, you know, at night, this is at night, right? He's about to jump out of a plane at night, 20,000 feet up, whatever, and pull the cord at around 1,000 feet. And who knows, right? And at the far right is a picture of him with, again, this is kind of like Apocalypse Now, right? He's a special forces guy. You know, they send him one of these guys and they have like an army of locals, right? These are like, these are probably Cambodians. I think, what are they called? Hmong or something, whatever it is. I don't know the thing, the ethnic group. And whatever it is, local guys, you know, so you know how they'd have it is like one special forces guy and, you know, or whatever, a couple of special forces guy and like 20 locals. That was like the force multiplier effect. That was the whole thing of Green Berets. And that, I guess that's how they do it today. So the special forces guys, they train these guys and arm them, all that good stuff. And, you know, that was the whole deal. Now, this is Billy Waugh. Now, here we got another guy, Rick Prado. So why do I bring this up? This guy, Rick Prado, is another one of these guys. He's still alive. This guy, Rick, is he's probably in his 70s. And Rick, I think, so why do I bring this up? Because Rick has, I think they asked Billy Waugh if it was him versus Rick, right? Both of these guys work for the CIA, right? If it was Rick versus Billy Waugh, who would win, right? Who would kill who, right? Who would win, right? And Billy Waugh said he would cheat. He would cheat. He would sneak up on Rick the day before and kill him. That's what he said. Here he is. Rick Prado has a Breitling, a shitter Breitling, but it's not. It's a Blackwater Breitling. So this is a watch that was, you know, Blackwater, which is now called something else, which is, you know, the Blackwater guys. You know, that was the whole thing run by Eric Prince. Fascinating guy, Eric Prince. He's got a YouTube channel, Eric Prince. Look him up. I mean, brilliant guy. I mean, the real deal. I mean, genius, like on a multi-level genius. Unbelievable. Yeah, Whiskey Reaper. So I'm going to address this in just a second here. But there we go. Happy Easter. Uzi, $10 super chat. Now, Uzi, you left a comment. You said that you actually had Rick Prado's Rolex. Is that true? Are you bullshitting us? And you bought it? How? And then you gave it back? You returned it? How much did you pay? Give us the story on that if you can chat. I know you can't hop on. Maybe we'll get you on the next day. But anyway, so Rick Prado is another guy out there. And so he's got this Blackwater issued Breitling. I think so. Rick was a consultant for Breitling probably starting in the 2000s. That is his, he's out there on YouTube. So the question is, okay, here's the question. Who wins? Which collection? Who would you vote for? Billy Waugh what do you vote for as today's winner? Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. All you nasty vinyl punters, all you cosplay guys. You know, all these cosplay guys with their Rolex Explorer. You know, you got all these wankers on the internet. Oh, yeah, I got my Rolex Explorer. I take it on adventures. You got this guy Bark and Jack off. You know, he's, oh, yeah, this is a watch worn, you know, oh, it was worn to Mount Everest, but alleged, which it wasn't. Whatever. All these guys, oh, you know, they all have these watches that they claim that they take on these adventures. You know, adventures, keyboard warriors. You know, they do spreadsheet deep dives. I mean, these guys were doing, you know, high altitude jumps, wearing their GMT, and these guys. These keyboard warriors are doing. The only thing they're jumping into is a 4-foot pool or a spreadsheet. That's where they're doing a deep dive. But yeah, these guys are so this is the real deal. Now, what would you guys vote? Who is the winner? Breitling, Rick Prado's Breitling versus the 2-watch collection of Billy Waugh. Billy Waugh. Wow. All right, we got the super chat comments. Okay, so Uzi says he bought Billy Waugh's watch. This Rolex that we're looking at. This is what he says. I don't think this guy's a bullshit artist. I think he's legit. Uzi. We need to see a picture. Uzi, show us the info because that is a great story. And he actually has a newer one, right? Now, here we go. Shout out to all the USA veterans. Yes, absolutely. Happy Easter, America, Murica. Right? How do you do this? How do you? This is it. See, this is it. This is like that. America, like this. America. Yeah. So interesting story. So, oh yeah. Right. So okay. No, so we were talking about before you jumped in, Whiskey, before you jumped in, I was saying, so Billy Waugh's for, you know, all these guys, a lot of these guys had Rolexes they bought, you know, in Vietnam, you know, special forces guys especially, right? Now, here's the question. Why were they paying big money? Because it was about a month salary. If you just joining, it was about a month salary that they paid, which would have been what, and by the way, they were getting combat pay, right? So that sounds about right. $800, right? So that's 10 grand a year, which, you know, we're talking 50 years ago. 50 years ago, $10,000 is the equivalent of like 60 grand today, 70 grand today. So that's what these guys were getting. And why were they buying Rolex? Well, I think it's because, you know what? They knew it was the best watch, right? And you know what? They figured, shit, you know, life is short. You know, these guys are living literally, you know, there's death all around them. They can go any minute. You know what? You know, there's something about these soldiers, guys who are like real soldiers, not like some bullshit guy, you know, like a guy who's a real officer, an officer and a gentleman, you know, like, what's his name? Patton. Now, they said Patton had the pearl handled he wore 2 pearl handled 45s. I think actually it wasn't pearl. I think it was ivory handled because I think pearl handle would be like for pimps. I think somebody said ivory handled revolvers. Anyway, listen, you know, these guys, you know, they figured, look, I want to get the best. Life is short. I want to have the best. I want to enjoy the best while I'm alive. And you know what? Shit, if something goes wrong, let's say you are captured behind enemy lines. Seriously, right? You know, the Rolex, you know, you're in Laos, Cambodia, you give it to a local guy, you trade it in, you'll get out. You can barter your way back with a Rolex, a GMT. Try doing that with a Breitling. See, Rick actually was not, Rick Prado. See, Rick was not really doing like that type of operations, right? Actually, no, he did. I think he did some badass stuff, legitimately badass stuff in Latin America. Yeah, I don't know if he had a Rolex. I'm surprised he would have but I don't think you'd get anything for Breitling. Really, that Blackwater Breitling, I don't think anybody would give anything for that. A GMT, yeah, for sure. So yes. Anyway, so the story about the guy. Yeah, there's the story about the guy who bought the $800 Daytona. Yeah, there's a famous thing on the Antique Roadshow. Yeah, look it up. I guess on YouTube, the famous video, Antique Roadshow Vietnam Daytona. Yeah, the guy got 500 grand. He had box papers. Now here's the problem with that guy. That guy, I think, was like a like a regular guy, meaning like I think he was like he wasn't a special force. I think he was like a guy. I don't know. He wasn't. I don't think he was. I think he was like a mechanic or something. I don't know if he was a combat guy. And he never wore the watch. He only wore it, I said, a couple of times. I think he had a sticker. He wore it like literally a couple of times. He kept box papers, everything. I don't know what his deal was. I don't know what his deal was, but he wasn't wearing it in combat. These guys were wearing it in combat. Keeping time. Yeah, so GMT, obviously, why do they use the GMT? Because they use that Zulu time, right? Military time, 2,100 hours, 1,300 hours, all that stuff, or whatever. 2 time zones. You want to know what time it's in Langley, right? Langley, hello, right? Why? Because you want to know the local time, and then you want to know what time is it in Langley, where the CIA is. Unbelievable, but true. Yeah, $800 was a month's salary. It was big money. It was a real investment. Listen, as Archie Luxury famously said back in the day, vintage Archie, he says, it's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. When you buy a real watch, it's gotta hurt. You're making a sacrifice. It's just like De Beers, got old tomato cans. Just like De Beers, the diamond industry was scamming old tomato cans, saying, hey, 2 months salary. 2 months salary is what a diamond should cost you. An engagement ring, 2 months salary. I don't know. Uzi, $5 super chat. Listen, I'll be honest with you, I don't keep track of all these other streams. We do the show whenever the show goes. I'm not here, whatever they say, rebel streaming or whatever. Nah, listen, we do the show whenever we do the show. Whatever. It's God bless, right? It's a free country. You got everybody's. Listen, I got to tell you something. By next week or 2 weeks from now, there's going to be 10 different streams or whatever. I don't care. We're not here to whatever. Gold was how much was gold? Yeah, gold was still, I think, a couple $100. Oh yeah, the guy who bought the Daytona. But yeah, so anyway, so look, bottom line is, yeah, they want to have a watch, obviously, that's accurate. Back in the day, in the 60s, back in the 60s, Rolex was known to be reliable. A watch that could take a beating. And, what else did they have? Timex? I don't know. Timex, Hamilton, Longines. Definitely not Patek. I mean, you don't want to take a Patek with you. You don't want to take a Audemars Piguet. You're taking an Audemars Piguet into combat with you. Rolex. I mean, let me tell you, the Rolexes were on, a lot of these missions. And there was a guy, actually, we might talk about later, who was a Navy SEAL on a mission to kill Bin Laden. And what was he wearing? What was this guy wearing on the mission to kill Bin Laden, the Navy SEAL? We'll do a thing on him later. He was wearing actually, I'll pull it up now. Hang on. Can I find it? Ah, shit. Let me see. He was wearing I'll tell you what he was wearing. Hang on a second. I'll tell you what he was wearing. There we go. You guys ready for this? He was wearing no date Submariner black. It's interesting. These guys, the older guys were a little flashier. Like Billy Waugh. You notice his was the Pepsi. He's got a gold, diamond bezel Rolex. These younger guys are much more low key. They have the black dial, black bezel. No date. Actually, I like that. The no date is good. You know, it's interesting. So this is this watch. This is the real watch worn by. What is his name? His name is Chesney. 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 Hang on a second. Rob Chesney. Will Chesney. Will Chesney, who is the dog handler. The dog handler. You know, they got the big dog. On the Bin Laden raid. He's the guy with the dog that sends the dog in. And why was he wearing this watch? That's him. Look at it. That's him wearing the watch. See, you got a real American. Okay, now see if you can spot the real American in the photo. See if you can spot the real American. Okay, let me give you a hint. One of these guys is a Kenyan, right? Born in Kenya, and as his family all admitted, so he's not qualified to be president. Definitely a Marxist, raised by communists, Marxist, trained by what's his name? The guy from the Weather Underground, Bill Ayers, all the degenerates in Chicago with what's his name? What's the guy's name? The preacher there, the preacher, you know, and you know, of course the bathhouses. We're not even going to mention the bathhouses. Bathhouse Barry's whole thing, and then you got, you know, the guy on the far left is a Chinese spy, the Manchurian candidate, literally the Manchurian candidate, who, by the way, also has a Rolex. The difference is the guy on the right, he's wearing a Submariner that he bought with his own hard-earned money, combat pay. The guy on the left got his blue dial Rolex Datejust 41 blue dial, beautiful watch. How? From China. That's right. China paid for that watch. Now I'll let you decide who's the real American in this photo. Unbelievable, but true. Without getting too much into the politics, Jeremiah Wright. That's the guy. That is the guy. Jeremiah Wright. This is the best. Listen, we give you serious watch content, real watch journalism. Craig, we have to keep it. We got to keep it politically correct on this show, Craig. We got to get the super chats coming in here. This is a very expensive channel to support. By the way, guys, make sure you click the like, subscribe channel button thing, share with all your friends, and also join our weekly newsletter. Get that free weekly newsletter coming to your email box to all the latest watch market info, news, trends, prices. Click the link in the video description below. And you know what? If you want to be a real aristocrat, you got to join our channel as a member. $4.95. Instantly transform your life. Money, women, power, Rolex, Patek, AP, Rolls Royce. It'll all instantly be attracted into your life when you join our cult. That's right. $4.95. You become a real aristocrat, a real baron, an absolute baron. Real American watch content. That's right. We got Watch Lux. Thank you for joining. This is a real baron. This is an aristocrat. You see the little signature next to his name? He's an aristocrat. Just like the Baron Reaper. Baron Whiskey Reaper. You see he's got that little thing next to his name? That means he's a real aristocrat. Craig is a peasant. Craig does not have that. Once you see it, he's a member. He's a baron. He's a real aristocrat. Uzi is not an aristocrat, although he does donate super chat, which actually is better. Uzi is better because he's actually donates. Actually, I shouldn't say. I don't like the word donate. He contributes. It's like, you know, you contribute to a religious institution, spiritual enlightenment. We're here all about spiritual enlightenment. This is also, you see, this man is a baron, Baron Gadwa, G. Gadwa. We got real aristocrats in this chat. Another aristocrat over here. Now, another aristocrat, Baron Buff. Happy Easter to you, Baron Reaper. Now, let's get. Let's see. Hang on one second. Let's see. We got over here. Let's get back into the content here. Okay, so this guy, why was he wearing this Submariner, which you see on his wrist right now? That's him with the dog. That's the badass dog. Okay, this is the dog they send in. you know, to chase after the guy and jump on him, you know, and these are serious dogs, by the way, really serious dogs. I think they're called Belgian Mastiffs. I don't know. It's a Belgian. It's not a German Shepherd. It's a Belgian dog, and these are like real hardcore dogs, which apparently need a lot of exercise. You really can't. I mean, they're very smart, very strong dogs, but you like, it's not a dog you keep in your apartment. Like, yeah, it's not an apartment dog. You like, these dogs need like a couple of hours of exercise a day, like serious, you know, whatever. Like, they're like working dogs. They like working. So why was he wearing this watch? Why was this Navy SEAL wearing the watch on the Bin Laden raid? He says the answer is actually simple, but far more profound. And I said it before. Why? Why are these guys wearing the watch? The SEAL wearing the sub, Will Chesney, believed he was going to die that night in Pakistan. Chesney reasoned that he might as well take his most meaningful watch with him for his final ride. Let that sink in, right? I mean, the guy thinks, you know, he might die, right? Why not go out wearing your best uniform, right? That's the whole idea. A real soldier, make sure his boots are polished, his uniform is cleanly pressed, going into battle. You know, you ever see that movie Master and Commander? Great movie, Master and Commander, with what's that guy? The English, they're on the ship, they're on that boat, you know, in the Caribbean, and you know, they spot the pirates or whatever, or the French and the English, whatever. And as soon as he sees the others, you know, I think this is the British, right? It's what's his name? What's the actor who was in Gladiator? As soon as they spot, I mean, they're wearing like t-shirts or whatever. They're not shirts. I mean, then basically, you know, it's hot. It's 100 degrees. It's humid. They're on the ocean. But as soon as they see that they're going to go into combat, it's an amazing scene. They put on their uniforms, you know, the red coat uniforms, the whole. And these uniforms are not comfortable, but why are they putting on the uniforms? Well, I'm sure there's a practical reason so they know who's who, whatever. But you know what? If you're going to go out, you want to go out in style. So he said, Chesney reasoned he might as well take his most meaningful watch with him for his final ride. He bluntly told Watches of Espionage, this is the thing, the watch would burn up with me. If he went down, the watch would burn up with him. And let's see, this is this guy. This is Will Chesney. That's him. He's a dog expert. Great range day. He's doing a range day. Maybe Uzi can join him on a range day in. Hang on a second. We got. There we go. I don't know if I can have music because I might get whatever he called copyright. There's some dog, right? He's got dogs, frisbee, dogs. Yeah, the dogs love frisbee. Why is he shaking? He's doing meth. Yeah, he's giving the dog meth. He's got some thing there, dog foundations. Yeah, it's a good looking dog. This is a serious dog. Very serious dog. And what he's got here? Team Dog. We'll give him a plug here. I think he's doing dog food called Team Dog. Team Dog. Unbelievable but true. Just let Tan groom you. No need for a 10-year-old. 10-year-old. Come on. Listen. Trolling is important, right? We got to have trolling. We love trolling. Trolling is good for everybody. Yeah, potential. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for your super chat. Kind sir. Baron. Actually, not a Baron. I can't say you're a Baron. It would be like Mel Gibson. No. It is not Mel Gibson. Now, that's right. Contribute now. Contributions. So who's that? Big Mike. Oh, I think he was talking about Big Mike. Were you talking about, hang on a second. I guess you were talking about the other guy. Big Mike would have been, wait, how do we go back to Big Mike? Big Mike, what is this guy here? What is this guy? What is he wearing? Cabot, what? Shitter watch. Sorry, shitter watches. There we go. Okay, Big Mike. Big Mike is married to the guy in the middle. Big Mike. We all know who Big Mike is. Unbelievable but true. Let's see here. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe was the guy in Master and Commander. Great movie. So we're giving you, not only do we give you real serious watch content, we also give you movie recommendations. That's right. So you got 2 great movie recommendations today. Every show we give you different movies. Movie number 1 is, guys, if you have not seen, apparently there's tomato cans and crayon eaters out there who have not seen one of the greatest movies ever made, which is Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now, rented on DVD. Actually, if I were you, do they still sell DVDs? I don't even know if they sell DVDs. I don't have a DVD player, but the DVD Apocalypse Now. I'll get the Apocalypse Now because I think they have commentary or whatever with Francis Ford Coppola. I think I had that. I think I own. I actually may still own it, but you got to get Apocalypse Now. It's almost like the story of this guy. It's basically the story of Billy Waugh, dramatized. I mean, really, that's the story. It's that type of action. They send you on a boat up a river. Nobody tells you. It's like that line with. Hang on a second. I got to give you that line. Oh, wait, can I use this on YouTube? Hopefully, they don't block me. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I got to show you one more thing here. Yeah, we're doing serious watch content here, so we're also going to show you the Billy Waugh watches. But yeah, I would tell you guys, check out. You got to get Apocalypse Now, and you also want to see Master and Commander. Suckerhorn. What happened to Suckerhorn? I really like that guy. Is he still alive? What happened to Suckerhorn? I remember seeing him on Archie's show. That guy was a real character. He was a great guy. If somebody can, hook me up, I'd love to have Suckerhorn on. Anyway, so let's talk about let's wrap it up here. We're going to be wrapping up in a couple of minutes. We got, okay, so let's see you want to buy one of these Billy Waugh GMTs. The Pepsi, they're about 15 grand, 15 G's. Now, Billy's has been beaten to shit, right? It's been beaten to shit. It's kind of like this one here, 79, maybe a little bit earlier, right? It's been beaten to shit. So, I mean, what makes his valuable is the story, obviously. Hopefully, it has a cool insignia. It's probably owned by his family right now, so it's not for sale. But if it was, it'd probably be worth serious money. And what did Uzi pay? How much did Uzi pay for his Rolex day date? His Billy Waugh, the Billy Waugh day date. I mean, that was the real Billy Waugh. How much did he pay for it? And which he shipped back to eBay. But I would say that watch as a regular watch would be worth 9 grand. The GMT, again, roughly in Billy's condition, roughly 14 grand, I would say. His has been beaten to shit. Again, obviously, the story value, if you actually have his, it's worth, significantly more. At auction, it could get real money. This is the GMTs. Again, this is the Pepsi, which I think is pretty cool. I think this is pretty cool. Again, a GMT. I mean, my choice would be, again, apparently the younger guys these days, they have the black dial. They're doing the black dial. Why? Because they got no taste. They don't have that swagger. They don't have the swagger. They don't have the swagger. Rolex day date. And this is the Billy Waugh Rolex day date, except his is a bust down, stretched out, banged out. Again, you can see these are pretty cheap. Again, the problem is the bust down really takes away value. It takes away value. Especially in the condition, the stretch, the whole thing. So this is kind of like what a bust down goes for. Clean. This is a clean 80s bust down, better condition bracelet, polished. Yeah, I mean, 11 grand, but really it's much less. More newer diamonds, the whole deal. Of course, look, his is worth more money because of the whole, look at this. So you got all these tomato can watches out there. What the hell is this? I don't even know what this is. Some sort of custom cockamamie. What does it say? Some guy in Mexico. This is like a drug dealer's watch. This is like, I mean, this is like, I don't know who wears this. This is like, I don't know, Pablo Escobar or something. That's a Pablo Escobar watch. Let's see. Can we find a comparable date with a decent bust? Okay, here we go. There we go. Basically, this is a cleaner Billy Waugh, 1970. So right around that era with a little better diamonds. Diamonds look a little bit cleaner here. 1970. I don't know if these. I think these diamonds are probably put on later. This looks like a later edition to me. Again, I'm not really an expert on this. Not my thing. But again, look at the stretch here. So yeah, you can get one of these. I would say do not pay. Again, do not pay for if you're getting one of these watches and it's not from Billy Waugh. The watch is unsellable. It's worth maybe $9,000. Maybe $9,000. Yeah. Hard pass. So let's get back to the Billy Waugh Rolex. His has got the black dial. Interesting. The black dial is more of a, I like the black dial. It's got more of a contrast, a little more of a badass thing, right? With the diamonds, very Texan-like, very Texas, all business. Now, why did he get the black dial? Well, probably was the only watch available, right? But maybe, maybe he had a choice and he chose the black dial because it's very Texas, black oil, the black gold. Uzi, how much did you pay for the Billy Waugh watch on eBay? What did you pay for it? And why did you send it back? Why did you send it back? Unbelievable. So yeah, Apocalypse Now, 5-star movie. Yeah, 5. I would say yeah. Master and Commander also, very good movie. Let me see if I can pull up a clip of. Let me see if I can pull up. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can pull up a good clip here. See if I can pull up this without getting. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let me see if I can pull this up without getting like what do you call it? Whatever they call you. Yeah, with okay, here we go. Okay, hang on. Wait, let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, hang on. Oh, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna play it. Okay, I'll play it. Hang on a second, guys. Mini player, theater mode. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, ready for this? Hang on a second. I'm gonna give you something cool. Okay, here we go. Can you see this? This is the famous scene, the infamous scene in Apocalypse Now, where Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen's father, right? Great actress. I mean, really, literally, super. I mean, ultra talented guys. Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen, unbelievable scene. And Harrison Ford is in the scene, and he's being given instructions to terminate the colonel's command. Not this colonel. Now, by the way, I am a legitimate colonel. I know you guys are saying, I'm a fake army. I never claimed I was in the military. I am a legitimate colonel. I will reveal one day how I'm a legitimate, 100% authentic colonel. Now, I have told you guys I was in Vietnam and I shot down like 30 or 40 MiGs. That's how I got. That story might be exaggerated, possibly exaggerated. I can't confirm or deny, but I actually am a legitimate colonel. Now, let's play this from Apocalypse Now. See if I can play it. How much can I play before getting banned or whatever?
This war, things get confused out there.
Getting confused.
Power.
Here's Harrison Ford.
Morality and practical military necessity. But out there with these natives.
Yeah, let me pop to the good scene. Hang on a second. Okay, this is Charlie Sheen. He's listening to this.
Every man has got a breaking point.
Every man's got a breaking point.
You and I have them. Walt Kurtz has reached his.
Your mission is to proceed up the Nung River in a Navy patrol boat. Pick up Colonel Kurtz's path at New Mung Ba. Follow it, learn what you can along the way. When you find the colonel, infiltrate his team by whatever means available. And
Here comes the good part. Here comes the good part.
And terminate the colonel's command.
Terminate. Colonel. He's out there operating without any decent restraint, totally beyond the pale of any acceptable human conduct.
Here's the CIA guy.
Still
That's the CIA guy.
troops.
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
There it is. Boom. Boom. Extreme prejudice. Unbelievable. Oh, shit. 15 seconds? Fuck. Man, they're not gonna let me. They're not gonna let me monetize the video. How much did this guy? I think he paid $9 grand. I'm trying to get an answer from Uzi. How much did he pay for his Billy Waugh? Is it 9? I don't know. Is he saying $9 grand? This guy speak English? I don't know. Bad lighting. It's a blue. He thinks it's a blue dial. Interesting. Well, we'll see another picture. I think it's black. I'm 99% sure it's black. Yeah. No, those are unbelievable. Unbelievable actors. Oh, here we go. Boom. 12 grand. 12 grand. Wow. Do you still have any info from the original listing? That would be cool. If you have, like, check your email if you have, like, the receipt with a photo and all that stuff. That would be very, very cool. If you can send a screenshot of that, like the original, like, you know, eBay sends you, like, whatever, a receipt or bullshit, like in your account. Maybe in your account, like history, it shows purchase. I mean, that is a good story. So 12 grand. Now, 12 grand. Did they now when they sold that watch, were they selling it as Billy Waugh's watch, or was it sold as, I don't know. Yeah, 12 grand is, if it's sold as a regular watch, it's a hard pass. I mean, it's like 9 grand. It's a meltdown watch because it's really just stretched and banged out to shit. Yeah, unbelievable but true here. Let's go back to this here. Yeah, so that was Martin Sheen in that unbelievable movie. So let's okay, so what? Oh, it wasn't Billy's watch. Oh, fuck. Jeez. For 10 minutes, he had me going here. Okay. Oh, it was just a regular bust down. Oh, shit. Yeah, yeah, that was smart to return that watch. Absolutely. Like, or I mean, the watch. Now, I'm assuming that the watch that you bought was probably in better condition. I mean, it wasn't like this one. It's probably better condition, bust down. And yeah, I mean, they are going for on chrono. You see those things going for the. Yeah, we just saw that 12 grand. It is a super hard pass. Absolutely. Nobody should ever wear a bust down Rolex. Now, you know what? Unless it's got like a really crazy story with an engraved thing in the back. But, you know, listen, the thing that you have, here's my issue, by the way, with yours, Uzi. Here's my issue with your Rolex with the factory is the small diamonds, and I think you'll get this, right? The small diamonds, these little round diamonds, they're kind of feminine, right? They're very feminine. The baguette diamonds, which are the more square, the square shapes, which you didn't like, which we saw in the platinum or whatever, you know, and you have baguette markers, diamond markers, instead of these little round ones. It's just a more masculine look. I mean, it's kind of, look, because again, when you're doing diamonds, it's like, you know, it's kind of girly, right? So, you know, unless you're Billy Waugh, it's hard to pull off that look, right? And what do you call it? Yeah, you want to have the baguettes on it. The other thing is this. Here's the other reason why not to have these round baby diamonds on the thing. Which actually I forgot to say it. I didn't articulate, but I saw somebody mention this somewhere the other day. It's the bezel, the bezel, as the people call it. I call it the bezel, you call it the bezel. The Rolex bezel is what makes the watch, you know, that fluted date president, date just, that fluted bezel, which, you know, glimmers in the light, that crisp bezel. That is what makes Rolex, and everybody knows it. That look, but when you put the diamonds on it, it's not a Rolex anymore. It really. Listen, it's like when you have, again. Let me show you. When you have, let's go back to this. Okay, so there we go. Look, you see on the right is the classic Datejust, whatever, a basic Datejust. Yeah, it's really 10 grand, 9 grand, 10 grand. It's the bezel. You see you see this, it's the fluting. That's the whole look. That is the Rolex look. If you want a Rolex, it's got to look like a Rolex. When you do this, I don't know what this is. Nobody knows what this is anymore. Seriously. Unless the only thing they can see is maybe the bracelet. That's the only thing that identifies it possibly as a Rolex. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think round diamonds are feminine? The round diamonds are feminine versus I'll show you this. Let's see. Baguette dial. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know if these are, I'm just doing a search. I don't know if this is going to be Baguette. Okay, let's see if I can pull this up high to low. I'm trying to just find an example here. Just find an example. Okay, so you see these baby dump. Okay, these are baby dump. Okay, we're getting into the baguettes here. Okay, this is a gold watch. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is a platinum watch. Excuse me. Okay, you see these baguettes, so these elongated shapes. I don't know. To me, that just looks more manly. I would wear something like this. I would wear it in gold, in white gold. I would wear it. It looks more manly. And it's got the markers, these elongated, more masculine looking markers. The round little baby ones just look like, it just looks like a girly watch. It's like a ladyboy watch. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you this. That if you're wearing a ladyboy watch, we're just, look, this channel is all about giving you the truth. Can you handle the truth is the question. Can you handle the truth is the question. Now this is, hang on a second. Somebody join us. We got, is that Uzi?
Hold on, yes. Yes, hold on. Fuck. Hold on.
Is that, doesn't sound like, is it Uzi? I think we got an imposter. We had an imposter. Oh shit, hang on a second. Oh shit. I wasn't. Sorry guys, sorry, FM. I need to get a producer here. Hang on guys. Let me pull this up. Let me pull up Uzi's thing here. Let me pull up Uzi's. We got to leave the super chat in honor of Uzi. I think we had an imposter. See, I know how to spot these imposters. Okay, guys, here we go. Here's what I was trying to show you. Hang on a second. Here's what I was trying to show you before I get back to the thing. Okay, so we got, can you see the screen? Yeah, we're seeing the screen. Hang on a second. Uzi, hang on a second. Uzi, you got to show your face. I don't know if it's you yet. I see you in the green room, but okay. So here we go. This over here is the manly baguettes. See? Elongated shape, square, rectangle, manly, baguette, elongated. This is manly. This is a man's watch. Okay, platinum, ice blue, very nice. I would wear this. Now, you get into the little ones like this. You see these shapes, these little round ones? Feminine, girly watch, pimp watch. Not manly. I'm just telling you the way it is. Okay, again, this is a cheaper. This is a disgusting watch. This is a piece of garbage. This is a meteorite, but with a disgusting, with these teardrops. It's absolutely disgusting. It's a disgrace to humanity. Listen, this watch is a bigger disgrace to, when that CIA guy was saying to terminate the colonel's command because he's beyond the pale of all decent behavior. That watch was beyond. Oh, there we go. Is this the legend?
What's going on? Yes. How you doing?
All right. What, you're not wearing a cap?
No, no cap.
No cap. What's going on here?
Pull up that other one, the one with the square diamonds.
Oh, you want to see that? Hang on a second. What are we pulling up? The square diamonds?
Yes.
Let's go. Square diamonds. Okay. You want to see gold or white gold?
Was that white gold?
It's I think it's platinum. This is actually platinum. Now listen, I'm saying a guy like you,
That looks good. That looks good because of blue dial for some reason. That the square ones, it depends on the fucking. It depends on the color of the dial and the metal. That looks good with square diamonds.
Okay. What you need?
You hear me?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That looks, I think that looks very nice. That's nice looking. I mean, it's light blue. I don't know if I would pick that, but for some reason, the light blue fits with those squares. Yeah,
ice blue,
and the platinum bracelet works with that watch. That I think that works. Look how much money it is.
No, it's crazy price. No, these should be much cheaper. I think it should be like 80 grand. These prices are not real prices.
That's insane.
By the way, yeah, those prices are ridiculous. Now look at this. Here's another one with little round ones on the baguette. You see these little round ones? No.
I think the square. Listen, on this one in particular, I think the squares look better on this one than the round ones because you got those what you call feminine diamonds on a what can be construed as a feminine color of light blue. So you put those two together, that doesn't look as good as the square diamonds.
Look at this. Would you wear this? Would you wear this?
No, that looks pretty feminine. That does. That does because of the dial color. Because of the dial color mixed with that cut of diamond doesn't look good. It all depends on the watch. What color
here we go. Is this factory?
That does not look factory. I could be wrong, dude. I'm not a.
Hang on. What is this?
It might be. That might be factory.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if these yellow gold. Hang on a second.
That's probably that's probably factory.
What about this over here? What is this? What the fuck? Okay, no, this is factory. Yeah, this one is a factory.
Yeah, but it's the rose. Is that rose gold? I don't think that the diamonds look good with the rose gold. Those feminine cut diamonds. I don't think they look good with the rose gold.
I agree. I think diamonds and rose gold doesn't go together. I think it's kind of like,
doesn't work. That don't work right there. I wouldn't rock that.
Not my thing. Now here we go. Here's a platinum. Again, these you can get much cheaper. Here's a platinum smooth bezel, meteorite dial with baguettes.
I mean, that's cool looking.
Let's go. Okay, so we got now what the hell is this? Oh, green lacquer.
I don't like the green. I don't like that green ever. I don't ever like that green.
I got news for you, Uzi. The green doesn't like you either.
Good.
It's mutual. Okay, how about this over here? How about this chocolate? What do you think of this chocolate?
That's not too bad. That's not bad.
Let me tell you something. The chocolate, the yellow gold, I think it's rose gold chocolate with the baguettes is amazing. It's an amazing watch. I love that.
That's a nice diamond combo with the dial and the color of the gold.
I could never wear. Yeah, I could never wear the diamond. It's a hard line for me. Diamond bezel, I would never do unless it's a baguette. I would never wear this. It's like
the square ones are baguette, right? The square ones are baguettes. Okay.
Yeah. And also they made bigger ones. Okay. They also made bigger ones. Hang on. Rolex Day baguette dial 36. Let me see if I can. Okay. It's hard to find this. You really don't see a lot of these, so I don't even know this shit. Hang on. So let's see if I. Oof. How about this? I can see you wearing something like this. No.
Which one?
This
no, just get the fuck out of here, dude. No way. That's
too much.
That's definitely. Look at that, dude. No, that's horrible.
Too much for you?
Way too much.
Okay, here we go. What is this? Is this a factory? I think it is.
That's a string dial. That's a string dial.
This thing is actually kind of cool. It's got baguettes.
Right. Look, see, string dial. It says it right there.
No, but it's got the baguettes also. That makes a big difference. Look at that.
18048.
That is a cool watch, actually. Look at this. Look at the way the baguettes.
That is pretty fucking cool.
It's like a sunburst. It gives you the baguettes and the string gives a completely different look.
I'm not sure if they. they might consider that a crown collection. I'm not sure though. I could be wrong. I don't know if the crown collection. I don't know if all crown collections have to have the diamond lugs, but that might fall into the category of a crown collection. I'm not sure though. You'd have to look into it.
What is a crown? I know nothing about
Look into it, man. Crown collection is what I have. It has the diamond. You got the bezel, the lugs, and the dial. That's a string dial too. That's cool. Those are fucking.
Wow.
Those are neat.
Okay.
Like
yeah, I'm not into these pimp watches. It's like for me the diamonds on a 36 is a hard no.
I got.
But no, let's listen. Hey, if it's good enough for Billy Waugh, it's it's a Texas thing. It's a Texas thing. It's. Hang on a second. We got sapphire. Is this legit?
That's cool. That is cool. I don't care what anybody says. That's kind of cool. That is cool. See, when I was buying my watch, I looked into all of these. I seen all this kind of stuff. It's like you go down the rabbit hole with all this kind of string dials and crown collections.
But you specifically, no, hold on a second. You specifically were looking for, you wanted a diamond dial, specifically.
Well, no. Diamond dial? Yeah. I wanted a diamond dial and the bezel. I wanted the bezel too. But I realized that the vast majority of them are aftermarket. So once you start getting into the OEM ones, your pick is very limited. And you have to read up on if the model number coincides to it having that on it. So it brings it more down to like a collection. That's cool too. That's fucking, that is awesome. I love that watch. I would 100% wear that. Yeah, no, I could this is okay. This is rose gold. I was just looking at that. I have that on my phone. I wanted to like show somebody this like on one of these channels, dude. That is sick. That's rose gold chocolate with ruby. This is actually good. I like this. Rubies, and this is 36, right? 30. It's gotta be 36. I love that watch. I wish I had that. I really wish I had that watch, dude. And this is the new one. This is the new type. I didn't even know it was new. Because they must be going retro because they made that a long time ago in the 80s. No, this is a new production. This is like I know, solid. I got you, but they had that dial in the 80s. I was looking at it. Yeah. Or the 90s. Yes. Take a look. Let's take a look at here. You're an expert on pimp dials, basically. That is you basically can write a book now. Few months, dude, I'm obsessive. So I was looking. I wasn't looking at. I was looking at straight up 36mm day dates. That's all I was looking at. All of right. So this okay. Here's the crazy. Right. So this is I want to back up. Right. So you originally all of a sudden you got this thing. You wanted a day date. You wanted a president, but then all of a sudden, boom! The diamond thing hit you, and you specifically were then looking for. You wanted a diamond dial. Right, and then, well, you're saying diamond dial. Those are easy to get, but no, we're talking about diamond. The bezel, and the bezel. Yeah, the bezel. Then you mix in a third thing with the lugs, and that's just like extremely small pool of watches right there. And I was I actually like the diamonds on the lugs. I think that's actually a good look. The bezel, looks bad. No. If you get the diamonds just on the lug, it looks terrible if you don't have the bezel because it looks off-centered. It doesn't mesh together. It looks bad. There's just like, why is there 4 lugs with no bezel? So if you buy those 4 lugs without a bezel, it doesn't look like feng shui or whatever you want to say. It looks feng shui. Yeah, it looks bad. I'm all about Rolex day dial 36. What are we looking at? So the watch I have is 118-388. That's what I have. If you look at the 118-388s, you're gonna find a bunch of crazy shit. Hang on, let's look at this. I want to look at this. Okay, hang on. I want to look at the diamonds here. This is the one. This you can get for like 40 grand right now. Rose 40 mil. This is the 40, right? Chocolate. Look at these beautiful diamonds here. Those are cool. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. No, this is unbelievable. Now let's see here. What are we looking at? Okay, what's your watch? What is that shitter? What's the number for the shitter? With the lugs? I wouldn't call it a shitter. 118-388.
Okay. Oh, there's only 8 of these. Only 8 of these here. Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh, this is some crazy shit. What is this?
It's crazy. It's called the Crown Collection, man. This is what this category is. It's Crown Collection.
Crown Collection. Okay.
Yes,
And
these are Crown Collection.
And they basically did a variety of these type of diamond things, like this over here.
There's an insane amount of these, but you have to type in 118388, and you'll find a whole mix of insanity going on with the Rolexes.
Wow, look at this. Okay, so this is interesting.
It goes way further than this. There's so many different varieties. It's wild.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing I like about the date 36 specifically, right? Again, not the diamonds, not for me. But what's interesting about the date range, the 36, is you have this infinite variety of different dials that they made over the last 50 years. There's got to be, I don't know, a couple hundred different dial. It could be hundreds of dial varieties, right?
Right.
And what that does is, I think that's the only watch in the world which has that many varieties of dials. And what that does is it makes it very collectible. So in other words, there's other guys out there like you who they get this obsession with it, and then they go completely like, okay, they got a completely date focused collection, 50 different watches, and they're all different dials. They got the wood dial, they got the stone dial, they got this, whatever it is, and
no, this model number is definitely a collectible. Crown Collection sounds kind of feminine. That's fun, whatever.
Hang on a second. Now this is factory. You're saying this?
I don't like that, dude. That's weird. That's not my style right there.
Is this factory? Unworn factory. Yeah. Wow. Carousel.
Wait, it says 2017. There's no way that's 27. It's not. It
No,
could be.
Yeah. I'm sure. No, I'm sure.
I thought it only went up to 2008 for the 118388. I thought it stopped at 08. Why does it say year of production 2017? How does that make sense?
I would know. I don't know. This is like this is like completely.
Maybe it did go the whole way up to 2017, but that's not what I remembered reading.
Hang on. No, these guys pretty legit. Watchcollectors.com. No, these guys are legit. They have good information. I would
88 end production.
This is interesting. I've never. You know what? I've never seen any of this stuff. Did not know this exists. Something.
It's a weird category, dude. It's a collectible category.
This is. Let's see. Is this factory?
Mm-hmm.
The dial's factory.
The whole watch is factory. Look how much it is. Yeah, everything on that watch is factory. It's probably like
the green dial. The green dial is factory.
I'd say so, yeah. See, they say 2010, so I guess it goes past 2000. I don't know why I was thinking 08. I just thought release. Oh, they're released in 2000, and they were produced for 8 years.
Okay.
So I don't know what the fuck this is saying, dude, because I'm on Rolex website right now. Not their website, but a forum. And you type in 118388, and it goes, there's way more watches than what you're seeing right here. Way more different colors. They're just not, they don't have them in stock because people hoard them.
Yeah. So this is interesting. This is no, the only thing the thing I don't like about this is, if you have diamonds all around, but you don't have them on the dial, it's kind of weird. But the practical thing
those
is
ain't diamonds? Those ain't diamonds, right?
Those are the lume, which are great. I mean, you can see it at night. So if you're stealing catalytic converters at night, you can see
I don't steal anything. Don't say that. That's bad.
You don't cut out catalytic converters.
I don't steal anything. I buy no. I don't do that.
You don't pull out.
Absolutely not. No.
Hang on.
That's fucking cool. Hold on. What color is that? Oh, is that the one that says Rolex all over it? You see that?
Yeah.
It says Rolex.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, that's not for me. It's like a purple color. Yeah, this is like I'm not into the logo thing. It's
$36,000.
It's actually, I like the dial. I like this dial. It's like a purple, except I don't want to have the Rolex. It's like a very weird thing. Very weird.
I honestly don't like it either.
Let's see here. Let's see here.
I could have picked it, but I didn't.
Let's
I got
see here.
the plain champagne one.
Plat. Hang on a second. Let's see what do they got. 36 platinum. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
No, these are what is this? Oh, look at this. Wait. Have you seen this? Platinum 21 grand? No. Is this legit? Is this a factory? I don't know. Platinum day date with diamonds. I don't know these guys here. No idea. I mean, like, yeah, this is like completely like this diamond stuff is really like woo. Interesting. No, I think you need to get a platinum day date.
I was thinking about it, but it's not. I don't know.
It's not a priority.
I like gold. No, if you got the gold, it's like people know it's gold. I like the color gold. That's nice though.
Yeah,
$77,000.
71? 1971?
$77,000.
This is extremely rare. I can't believe they had.
Expensive too. I would say no for that watch. It's way too much money.
Yeah. No, that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
so cool. Let's see here. They have. Let's see here. I'm looking for the one with the baguettes. Yeah, this is okay, like this, except the blue dial. But these baguettes are not. I mean, see, they're not as good as.
That looks terrible.
You know what it is? I just realized what it is because you have the gold, the spacers in between the baguettes.
Yeah, the spacers fuck that all up, dude. That looks horrendous. Look, it's Spanish.
Yeah, the spacers here. Let's see here. What are you saying? What are you saying? The Spanish are tacky people? Is that what you're saying?
No,
are you?
No. If you speak American, you probably wouldn't want to get a. You speak English, you probably want to get a fucking Spanish style.
Hang on a second. So let's see it.
You gotta watch. They sneak in there, dude.
Okay, 36 millimeter. No, this is factor. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. No, this is interesting stuff. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Okay, now let me ask you this question here. What do you think? So what do you, would you buy Billy's Rolex if it was his? If it was that exact watch, would you buy that watch?
I don't know who, dude. Who's Billy? Who's Billy?
You weren't watching?
No, I didn't watch the whole thing. No, I was with my family for Easter.
No, so we just doing the whole show. You know, the whole. You were leaving comments.
I had to turn down. I had to say, like, I had to talk to my girlfriend for a second.
Oh, you had the sound off.
Her. Huh?
You had the sound off.
Yeah, I mean, I had it up a tiny bit because she sees me watching streams all the time, and she's kind of like, I'm kind of like ignoring her, you know. But
how dare you watch? How dare you watch our channel with its sound turned off? What an insult to
turn down a little bit low.
I'll wrap it up. This is unbelievable. Okay, I'm only going to give this to you because you've left contributions. Billy Waugh, however you pronounce it, was a he was a special forces guy who was with CIA 50 years, right? All the way from North Korea to Vietnam to Afghanistan. I mean, incredible. And basically, these are those are the watches that that was his collection, his two-piece collection. He had the Pepsi GMT that he bought in the 70s, and he had this yellow gold day date that he bought in Libya in the 70s for $14,000 with the aftermarket. You know what's crazy? What's crazy is the GMT is worth more. The GMT he probably paid $1,000 for. Today it's worth 14 grand, and his President is worth 9 grand, and he paid 14 grand for it, he says. In the 70s, that was real money. That was big money. So this is him. This is a picture of him in 1971, about to do the halo jump, which is high altitude, low opening. right? Jumping out of like, what is it, 20,000, 30,000 feet, and you pull the cord. Yeah, no, but pulling the cord at 1,000 feet, 1,000 at night. At night, would you do that?
No, I don't. I'm afraid of heights. I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
what kind of gun is that? Dude, I don't know what is that a Sten? Is that a Sten? No, that's not a Sten.
This
What
is
is
in the
that?
Afghanistan.
What gun that is.
I was trying to ask you. I guess you had the sound turned
What's his
off. I thought
name?
you Billy Waugh.
WAUGH gun.
So this was he was with he was in the SEAL team then in Afghanistan. So what is that? It's got to be like an H&K or something.
It's an MP5. It's saying that it's an MP5 SD.
Okay.
MP5
is okay. That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got here. He's in Benghazi in the 70s when he bought that watch. That's him in the middle. This is him in the again in Vietnam with his crew there. This is the natives there, and he's got the GMT.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Is he like? What's going on?
You're insulting Billy. You're insulting Billy. You're insulting me. Okay, this is him. Okay, so this is him in Afghanistan. Actually, no. This is him in Afghanistan in early 2000s. This guy's in the 70s at this point. So he's at the far left, and that's him. What is that? I guess is that an AR-15? Probably that's like an AR-15, right?
What is he shooting? Looks like an AR. Yes, it does look like an AR.
And he's got the whole
AR, all the same. It's all the same.
He's got that, and okay. So and then you had the sound turned off. We're talking about this guy Rick Prado, who's still alive. That's him over there. And
that's a 1911 at the bottom.
Yeah. So this is a what's the custom one, the good one, the Kimber.
I had a 1911. They stovepipe at the top, so the 45 rounds they like stay in the top. They don't eject well. I had a Colt Government. That's what it's called, Series 70. I sold it to my cousin.
Now, what's the would you? So you would never carry a 45.
Not a Colt. No, not a Colt. Not a 1911. No, they fucking jam, dude.
What is it? All 45s or is it just Colt?
I think it's the way you shoot it. So if you limp wrist it, if you don't shoot it perfectly, the muzzle when you shoot it, like the muzzle flip and whatever, it causes the round to stovepipe in the when it ejects. And
okay.
I found it. I've heard a lot of people have that problem with 45s, so no, I wouldn't. I sold it. I had a cool gun.
I had that with a 22.
Really?
Stovepipe. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it's maybe the ammo or something because maybe it's cheap or the there's not enough power or something like that. It was explained to me. There's not enough power or something. It was weird. I remember was it the Ranger was a 20 and it was what the hell was it? If it was a Ruger 22, like a basic cheap Ruger 22. And it
the MK4 or MK3, I think it's called the Mark III.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was probably the Mark III that you had, yes.
Yeah. And it may have been, it was probably the cheaper ammo. It wasn't like the good one. It was like the basic the stuff that they make in the Philippines. I think they make it in the Philippines. It's the this is a long time ago. I think how much I remember at that time, I remember the 22 ammo was very expensive. It was like, or you couldn't get it. It was also crazy stuff going on. It was like it wasn't available.
Oh, we only got 6 watches right now. This is terrible.
What is this? It's all because of you. It's all because of
watches right now, man. This is bad.
Okay, hang on a second. Okay, so we got this guy Rick Prado, right? Rick Prado. He's got a Breitling. This is the Blackwater edition. Breitling, Blackwater. Blackwater. That's the Eric Prince guy. He had the contracting company. So basically, that was their thing. Yeah. So you never heard of Blackwater?
Blackwater?
Yeah, Blackwater.
I don't know exactly what Blackwater is. No.
Where have you been for the last 20 years?
What are we talking about Blackwater for? What's the context? What is it? A company? What is it?
Where have you been for the last 20 years is what I want to know.
I don't know. What's Blackwater?
Okay, Blackwater. I'm gonna have to hook you up with Google. Okay, Blackwater was a military contractor. It was a guy, Eric Prince, a former SEAL.
Okay.
He basically set up this contract basically to do, whatever that the government didn't want. Basically a more efficient anyway, but they had these private military, they got into some controversy because in Iraq, Afghanistan, whatever, the contractor.
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's like the mercenaries, right? Is it mercenaries?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't really mercenaries, but they got into some trouble, whatever, and because it was ridiculous, it was something ridiculous. But all the Democrats, they wanted to shut it down. Basically, they kind of more or less forced them out of that business.
Right.
And it's called something else now. And he's doing also, he's a very interesting guy. He's got his own YouTube channel. But anyway, bottom line is, okay, so if you had to match, whose collection is better, Billy Waugh or this guy Rick Prado?
So we got what, 3 watches right here?
What, only 2 collections?
Well, I see 3 watches right here.
The 2 watches on the left, that's Billy Waugh.
Well, there's a watch on the right too. The Breitling.
That's the guy on the right. That's Rick.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
See, you're coming in late. You're coming in late to the chat. You're coming in late in the show. You missed the whole 99. It's like it's like I gotta redo the whole.
Well, dude, would you rather have those 2 watches or that 1 watch? Me? I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know how much that watch is worth on the right, but I'm going to say the 2 on the left.
Okay. All right. Congratulations. All right. Do you use Russian ammo, by the way? Would you ever use Russian ammo?
Everyone uses Russian ammo.
I've never used Russian ammo.
Really?
No, that's the cheap ammo. That's the steel thing, right?
Oh yeah, I don't use steel. What the which ammo is Is it the which one?
I think it's a brand. I mean, I don't know who. I think it's a brand called Wolf.
It's not Wolf. Is it Wolf? Is Wolf?
Steel case. It was a steel case with some sort of.
I use Wolf Gold. Wolf Gold is what I use. It's the brass, but they have steel too. But Wolf is known for the steel ammo. But I always buy Wolf Gold because it's cheap too.
Okay, is Wolf Russian ammo? It's Russian ammo, right?
Question. They were. I think they switched over to like. Did they go to China?
Same thing. Russia, China, Russia. It's so garbage. I don't know, man. I wouldn't. I only trust American ammo. America. Oh, is Russian ammo banned? Why? Oh, is that because of the Ukraine thing, or was it banned before that? I don't know. Maybe. I think it might have been banned a while back.
Wait, it's saying. Wait a second. Here's what's saying. So Wolf ammo. Wolf, I guess, is Russian, and they started. Yeah, you can't buy the Wolf Gold anymore. I have a whole bunch of Wolf Gold, but they changed it. I could go grab a box of it and see what it's called, but I think they're making it in China now. The Wolf Gold in China now. I think they are.
Okay, so
but it's not 223 anymore. It's called 556.
Okay,
it's 556. Okay. Yeah, Tula.
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 Tula, right? Okay, Tula. That's the Russian one.
Yeah, I was buying Wolf Gold and Wolf Steel a while back, like I don't know, 5 years ago.
Whiskey Reaper says, "Don't use bad ammo for your AR-15s, unless it's."
I don't like steel. Like I don't like steel ammo because of the way it makes your fingers feel. It's all that nasty shit. I'm weird like that. It just like drives my nerves crazy. I don't like the steel ammo. So I just use fucking brass all the time.
There we go.
I use brass. That's all I ever use.
There we go. All right, gentlemen, that's it. That's it for the show. Uzi, you came in very late. You missed 99% of it. We'll be back tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat station. Bring some watches. Now we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna be thanking our sponsors today. Now there's only one sponsor, Uzi, $10 super chat. Uzi, $5 super chat, and $5 And what is now? What is this? What were you saying about the comments? What was it saying about it? I was making comments.
No,
on Archie.
I think Tan linked you before from when his show ended.
Okay,
And,
okay.
He was super chatting you too, and I think I heard Curly talking about you in the past, saying that if you would just go with, I don't know, take some suggestions from some certain people, you'd probably do better.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what those guys want. I have no idea what it's. I have no idea what with
maybe email him or something. Email him or something.
Yeah, I don't know what those guys. It's you know what is that whole. It's like, listen, I'm not really into the whole doing a whole with Curly. It's all about like the drama. He wants the drama. He's not even into watches. There's a whole half the Archie thing is not into watches. They're just guys.
I think he's coming around to buying a watch. To be honest with you, he's looking into a date with the Baguette dial. He's looking into a date. Yeah,
that's funny. That is funny. That's actually pretty
I'm telling
funny.
you, man. He likes it.
That is
probably
funny.
yellow gold too. Yellow gold Baguette dial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could see that. I could see that. That would be a good look. Yeah, that's a good. I could see him doing that. But yeah. What was it? What were you saying about that? Leaving comments on Archie's channel or something?
Yeah, dude. I was on Archie's channel. You were saying like some kind of like immature stuff. I'm like, oh man, this guy sounds you sounded better than that. It's just, I don't know. I think it took away from you.
I was leaving
like little kid shit, like 10, no offense, but it was like, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
but
come on, it's trolling.
Just
trolling.
It's stepping up then. Step up the troll a little bit.
What do you think would be a higher level troll?
Dude. I can't give you advice. I'm just
what's a higher level? What kind of trolling what kind of trolling would you like to see more of on our?
It's honestly not my thing, man. I'm not really that good at. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
So I get
you're like a semi-serious. Maybe actually no. I think you actually are a serious guy. I don't think you have a sense of humor. Well, you have a small sense of humor. You have a little bit.
Yeah, I got dry humor.
It's a little bit. Yeah, it's not like at the Curly level. It's like a little bit. Got just enough. You have enough to get by, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
Enough to get by. Okay, so we got. Let's see. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, let me ask you this. We're gonna wrap up here. Before I wrap up, what Okay, so we got the punters here. We got a few punters. We got you. What kind of content actually do you want to see on this channel? I want to hear from the punters. What kind of content do you want to see on this channel that you're not getting anywhere else? What do you want to see that you're not getting anywhere else?
I don't know, man. Like I watch mainly for like watches. Like getting into like specifics about me personally, like day dates and that. But I'm a little over them since I bought them. But I mean, that's pretty much why I'm here.
Right.
And like, so watching people go back and forth, that's funny too. You know, I think it's interesting.
You want just focused watch content.
Yeah, like what somebody said in the chat. When you're walking around pacing and saying all kinds of weird shit, it's kind of funny. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you have time for that? First of all,
for what? For walking around and talking about watches.
You're like walking around the beach, like talking shit on certain watches and stuff. It's funny, like giving personalities to certain watches. I think you came at me like 2 times on both my watches.
Yeah, I did. I was trolled.
That was kind of funny.
You were getting trolled.
Yeah, you were trolling me. I've seen it.
Yeah. Listen, wife. Listen. It's called multitasking. If I'm taking a walk, right? I might as well make content. Why not? I mean, like, what the I'm doing an exercise. I mean, why wouldn't I make content? It's a tax write-off.
Really?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't checked. I got to ask.
You say you work for the government? You work for the government?
Yeah.
You said politics. You do politics.
CIA.
No, you don't work for the CIA. There's no way.
Area 51. I'm in charge of the alien. I'm in charge of the alien making sure that I'm in charge of the disinformation campaign for the aliens.
Okay.
Making sure that just all sorts of stuff, different operations, Area 51. Listen, top secret stuff. I can't get into what I do with the agency, but yeah, it's top secret, classified, very very deep cover type stuff. But yeah, so bottom line is you're into you need serious watch content. You're a serious watch content guy. Hopefully we're gonna have that. We need to add more panelists. We need to panelists. Actually, what I'm looking to do is I'm gonna have hosts on the channel because I can't do this all day. I'm gonna have like every day we're gonna bring in somebody new, hopefully, to do a different segment or something.
Yeah, talk to Tan. He seems to.
Tan is not. No, Tan doesn't do that. No, Tan is not. Tan is a.
No. I know. I'm not talking about him going on. I'm just like, email him or something.
No, he's not. I don't know what he's doing. He's got his own like whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. He's in his own planet. He's doing his own like whatever. I don't know.
Right.
Channel. I have no idea what he's doing. Maybe he is with the CIA, right? He's got multiple channels. This is true, by the way. Yeah, the Langan Zone fans, they are degenerates. It's unbelievable. But yeah, so we need some serious. Actually, I want to have that guy, that Lang guy, the German guy. He would be actually a good panelist or a host, because he's actually a very serious watch guy. What's his name? His name is Higgins or something. Higgins, I think they call him.
I heard about that guy. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a very weird taste. In watches and sexual activities. A lot of
I heard about that. Yeah, I was just like, okay.
Yeah, he's he's got a PhD from Anal University. It's a famous university in whatever Ladyboy University there. And serious watch talk will make crap. You know what? Here's the thing, though. This actually is this is a serious watch channel. We're gonna have a little drama, but we're not here to do a clown show. This is not here. We're here for a very aristocratic audience, very serious people, and that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to mix it up a little bit, but no, we're going to have a daily schedule of a couple of serious things, hopefully, coming up.
Yeah, but will you keep streaming if you only have 7 viewers, though? That's the question. Will you?
Yeah, because the video gets views afterward. Yeah,
yours do. That's true. They do.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like for example, like the Billy Waugh thing, whatever. I would do. I could have done that as a video, whatever. But I figured, hey, fuck it. Let me.
Do they watch the whole video? I doubt they watch the whole video. Does it count if they just click on it? Does that count as a watch?
I don't know. No, I think they got to watch a certain amount of time before it counts. I think it's like 30 seconds, 30 seconds or more, whatever. But yeah, no, we're doing a whole thing here. A whole thing, serious content. All right. With that said, young Brando, actually, I keep thinking, like I've tried to do things with him. I had him on. It was actually pretty good. And then I went on his show. And he doesn't understand certain jokes, I think, or some things don't translate for the guy. And he got all like politically correct, and then he put me on mute, which is crazy because he was getting he was getting more views than before, or since, I don't know. So I don't know why he would put me on mute. I was trying to actually talk about his collection, but I don't know. He's maybe he's a strange guy. It's probably like a power move thing. He's like trying to. It's one of these like ego things. Or whatever. Who the fuck knows? He's a strange guy.
Does he have a channel?
Very knowledgeable. Yeah. Very knowledgeable guy. Yeah, very knowledgeable guy. I don't know. Maybe we might have Brando on. I don't know. We'll see. We need to have serious people on. 5 stars. Okay. Wait, you're saying? Hold on a second. You're saying Brando's 5 stars, but JJ makes you fall asleep? Actually, no, Brando actually is a serious. His thing is very serious, a little bit dry. I think the Brando, he's just very dry, but he does good. The quality is there. I give him an A+ for quality. Delivery is like a D. With JJ, it's like I don't know, the C. JJ bores me. I mean, just his voice is very like very sleepy. It's very sleepy. It's very sleepy. He's a nice guy. I like him. He's just very boring for me. Very boring.
Well, that's probably not the best thing to do, to say it.
We tell the truth here. This channel is all about the truth. He was on here. Listen, he's a very nice guy. I like him. He's a personable guy. He's got interesting watch. I actually don't like it. You know, I shouldn't say I don't like. I think he's got strange taste in watches. He's got some good. He's got the AP, which I like. That's a good watch. The other ones, I don't know. He's got strange taste. I don't like the Patek. What is it? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But, okay, Brando makes him. Yeah. But yeah, I think with Brando, it's a kind of like a very relaxing. I mean, like if I'm with the Brando thing, I can listen to it. It's very relaxing. It's like he's got the tonality is very relaxing, slow. He's talking about very boring dress watches, which I like, but he goes into very long. He's actually a very good speaker. The guy's like very, very good.
You should be on JJ's good side, to be honest with you.
Hey, listen, I don't care about anybody's good side, to be honest with you. I mean, if I tell people, my opinion, which is they may like it, they may not like it. They say things about me. It doesn't matter. We're here to do, we're here to do, if people can handle the truth, they handle it. If they don't, they don't. If somebody's doing a great job, I tell them. Like, yeah, ASMR. Yeah, listen, Brando, his content is top notch. It is very sleepy though. It's ASMR.
I don't even know who Brando is. I don't know who he is. Never seen him.
You got to check him out. We're not here. Girls on stream.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check his channel out and say fuck yours.
Yeah.
I joked one time. Give me
exactly. No, yeah, exactly. His channel is not for you. It's completely different. It's like he's into like serious watches, like Patek, dress watches. He's not into the day stuff. It's like not into the. It's very like it's like Langenson. It's all that bullshit. But yeah, very I would say he's probably the most knowledgeable guy in the kind of sort of in this space who's sort of not in the professional space. Like he's up there. I would give him a solid A+ content wise.
You seem to interact mostly with people from the Archiverse, though. That seems to be your people.
Yeah, it's whoever shows up. It's whoever shows up.
To be honest with you, yeah,
it's whoever. Whoever shows up. It's like, listen, we're doing these things. I'm doing the live thing for what? How many times am I doing? I'm doing it for about a month now. Lives. We'll start doing it on a more regular basis. We got to get some real people, like more like normal people. Not like the Archiverse people, which is a lot of weirdos, But no, we'll get some solid people and hopefully have some content. No, Archie has some very good people. Tan is whenever he shows up on a panel, he's got solid stuff to contribute. Who else does he have that's solid? Trying to think who else does Archie have that's actually good. He's got some good people there. But there's a lot of weirdos also. There's a lot of weirdos,
Well, I'm sure.
With that said, so there we go. That's right. There's the other guy. Don't pay more. Okay. All right, guys. With that said, thank you everybody for joining. We'll see you all on the next one. Thank you, Uzi.
Take it easy.